Hi guys, and welcome to lesson 3 of my little short Back to Basics chanter programme. Welcome to my new office. I wanted to be in the mountains and this is as close as I can get in these crazy times. When I progress this programme into more advanced techniques and learning a little bit more about the music, my intention is to take it on the road and to do it from various locations such as here in Kintail and Loch Lomond, Glencoe, and take you around Scotland while I teach you. But that's all on the back burner just now, and I'm here in my garage helping you to learn the basics. So we've done the bottom hand for the last couple of weeks. We've learned the low G, the low A, the B, the C and the D, and now we're going to move up onto that top hand to give you all the notes on the chanter. So let's get going. And welcome back. So a quick recap on what we've done so far. Lesson 1, we concentrated on covering all the holes and learning that low G, that bass note, covering all the holes and getting that nice good solid whole sound. That may have taken some of you a good bit of time to get the hang of, and you may not have it down quite 100% yet, but I can't emphasise enough, you really need to work on that and make sure you're getting that good sound. Next up, we went from that low G up to low A and B. And this is where you started realising that maybe your bottom finger, your bottom pinky, your low A wasn't getting over the hole enough and you're missing it on the way down. So that's something to be working on too. Next up, we went from B to C. Now this is the movement that's probably been driving you mad for the last week or so, and I can understand that, I remember it myself. Going from B to C can be so tricky. So see it here. Getting that pinky down as you're lifting up that middle finger, it can be awkward to start with. And then once we got from B to C, we got up onto the D to complete the bottom hand. So that's where we're at so far, guys. Hopefully you've spent a bit of time learning those and really getting them down. And now we're going to move on to the top hand, and hopefully by the end of all this, complete all 9 notes that you get on the chanter. So last week we looked at the notes of the lower hand. Now we're going to start with the E on the top hand. So E will sit just below that top line, right in the middle, right there. So that's your E. Now moving up, as the same with the bottom hand, we're going to be moving up one step at a time. So for your F, we're going to be sitting that note right there on the line. That's your F. For your high G is going to sit just above that top line there, right at the top there, for your high G. Now high A gets a little bit more creative. This is as high as the scale goes with the bagpipes. Now there should be another line at the top here for your high A. So we're just going to make one, especially for that note. Put it on it. And then we're creating that high A. Alright, so anytime you see a note above the staff with a line through it, that's a high A note. So for the top hand, I'm going to take it separate from the bottom hand. We're going to learn those notes, and then we'll take it back, learn how to cross over from the bottom hand to the top hand, and then that's going to give you enough to go away and practice for next week. I want you all to give me that low G note first of all, okay? So covering all the holes and making sure you're getting that nice good sound. All the holes covered? Excellent. Now we're going to take off our left hand, our top hand, we're going to take off our ring finger. Okay, right? Okay? And we're going to take off our right pinky. So there's two holes exposed here. You've got the E hole and your low A hole. You getting that sound? Making sure all the holes are covered apart from that top ring finger and the bottom pinky. And that's your E. Now, for the rest of the top hand, you'll be pleased to hear there's no more movement from the bottom hand. So your pinky, your right pinky is going to remain off the hole for the rest of the scale. Obviously this gets a bit more complicated later on as we're crossing back and forth from bottom to top, but while we're just doing that top hand, that pinky stays off and the other three fingers, they stay on the bottom hand. So you've got your E. Then we're going to move up to the F and the high G. So for the F, we're going to lift up that left middle finger and expose that hole. And then for the high G, we're going to lift up that index finger to expose that top high G hole. So we'll put that together, your E, your F, your high G. Make sure you're getting that good, clean sound every time you do it. Now we'll move on to the high A, which is slightly more complicated, but not too difficult. So for the high A, it's a little bit like the C on the bottom hand, but it is a little bit easier. So you've got your high G note, your three fingers are off the holes. For the high A, you're going to lift your thumb off that last hole at the back. Easy enough, but at the same time, your ring finger, your E finger, is going to go down onto that E hole. Okay, so high G, high A. Making sure you're timing that absolutely perfect with that left thumb coming off the hole at the same time as your ring finger is going onto that E hole. So give that a little bit of a practice. So you've got that top hand mastered and you've already mastered the bottom hand in the last week. Fantastic. Now we're going to try and combine the two scales. So we're going back to that bottom hand. All the holes covered, you've got your low G. We're going to go up the scale to the D, okay? Now what? Now we're going to go from the bottom hand to the top hand. Now remember, your E, that ring finger is off the hole, and your pinky, your bottom pinky, is off the hole as well. So that means from your D note, you need to put these 3 fingers down onto the holes. At the same time, you're lifting up that index finger and pinky. You're going to have to spend a little bit of time on that D to E movement, because there's an awful lot of opportunity for what's called a crossing noise, a crossing note to come in where you don't get the fingers off in time. So you could end up with... See that G, that low G that's coming through? So trying to get it so that you're going... It sounds a little bit like an ambulance. Once you've mastered that D to E, you can then go up that top hand. So a key exercise to practice for going up that full scale is going from your D to your E. And I want you to spend a bit of time just doing those 2 notes. So E, so here's your full scale. Your low G, your low A, B, C, D, E, F, high G, and then high A. That looks a bit like Saturn. So that's it for lesson 3, guys. That's you got all 9 notes on the chanter. So by the end of this week's practice, it's going to take a bit of time. You should have a little bit of a grasp of all the notes. It's not going to come straight away. You are going to have to work on it, as I'm sure you can testify for the previous lessons and the previous practices. But now that you're armed with all the notes, next week I'm going to look more at how the notes look on the paper. We're going to do a couple of different exercises, some that we've touched on already, on how to perfect, how to do all those notes. We even introduce maybe the basics of a couple of tunes that might make it a little bit more interesting for you as well to practice. So I really hope that you're getting something from this. I've said at the start, it's right down to basics, but that's how you learn. You have to learn those basic notes before you move forward. If you have got something from this, guys, a couple of people have asked about giving in a little donation. If you want to leave a little tip, there is a link above, and then if you want to, totally up to you. It would be greatly appreciated, but there is absolutely no obligation. Lesson 4 will go out next week as planned, and then we'll discuss the next steps from there. So happy practicing, guys.